Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, a new movie into the series of the adventurous Indiana Jones himself. And this movie is coming soon, only a couple of weeks time, I think, or yeah. And let's go back a bit. Before first announced about the movie with the photos, the trailer, everyone else was speculating what the movie was like, either good or bad. Most of it was negative. That's what you expect from a lot of movies that are being made before people even seen them. You know, of the fifth installment of the Indiana Jones series, I wanted to share my thoughts about the film. And later I will see this film and come back and see if my speculations hold up or not. This fan page, and I have written up, put together a blog about it, and this was like 12 weeks ago. The new Indiana Jones film that is coming out soon, and I wanted to go through my speculation from all these photos and the first trailer of the fifth installment of the Indiana Jones series. I wanted to share my thoughts on this film to see if my speculations hold up or not. My speculation that I've written down 12 weeks ago. The main film is set in the 1960s, and just like the other films that are included, Dr. Jones on a treasure hunt before getting into the actual adventure, we had a younger Indy in The Last Crusade. The aging effects of Harrison Ford, this will absolutely be a flashback. Possibly in the 1940s, during a biker chase scene with the Nazi train, either Indiana is on a rescue mission or the scientist, or they know each other and trying to prevent whatever these Nazis are doing, and they find out something mysterious. The Nazi villain Thomas Kretschmann, sorry if I horribly pronounced that, if I butchered that name, could be in the 1940s, and during this flashback and years later, Thomas might come back to reclaim his mission in the 60s. The connections of the moon launch parade could give Thomas the opportunity to use this dangerous artifact, or it's a set area for the action and the characters, or Indiana Jones teams up with new and old companions and searching during these events to find the hidden sarcophagus in an ancient place with clues while on the chase by Thomas's soldiers, crew or gangs or henchmen, whatever. That's my speculation. Hope you enjoy reading and refreshing from the nagging and the complaining on every single bit of this film that was given before it's even coming out. Like from the special effects in the trailer, and the effects are obviously not finished because it is still in production. Yet until the final result, we will see when the film comes out. And the time travel story rumor, that may or not be the case, as it is confirmed by the director. The beginning is just a flashback, no time travel whatsoever, which I'm kind of glad. Plus, it also explains why Dr. Jones wears his original jacket that has a bullet hole, as it was seen in the event of that truck chase sequence in Raiders of the Lost Ark. And plus, the Nazi on the train is not Indiana Jones. People say it is him. I don't think so. They say it's, oh, he time traveled back and accidentally seen himself. I don't think so. And could be just a Nazi soldier that saw the main characters. And possibly this is the main villain, Thomas himself, but zooming in this picture here, it looks unclear with the fog. Could just be a German soldier, and could also lead to Indiana Jones getting into the scenes where he's in a Nazi outfit and infiltrating inside the train or somewhere else. Or they are just trying to escape and get stopped by him. The dial. Fans think the Antikythera mechanism, sorry, another word that I pronounced totally wrong. Now, I didn't do my research on this fascinating ancient Greek mechanical machine, of its purpose or what it does, but it looks and could be, by my speculation on looking at the photos, it could be a clock. The way it's made and what it used to look like beforehand. Now, in the film, I think it's either a sun or a code dial, and it looks similar to the dial from the third installment of the Uncharted game series, where Nathan Drake puts the ring in this dial and it makes some riddles to the clues of where the temple might be in the game. And I know the Empire book might cover some information, but I don't have this book since I'm in Australia, and I could buy it, but I'd rather not know all the information, but I'm not interested on getting it anyway. And
plus the train might be based on an actual Nazi train that actually did carry gold and was later lost until a group of people spotted an unseen blocked off area in a train tunnel, and they just rescued all the treasures and the gold and such. But in this movie, which the Nazis might be carrying something similar in that, might be carrying gold, dangerous, or a key for the main artifact, whatever this adventure might be. That's all I got to say, point this out, but I'm very excited to see the film anyway.
Hi, I'm from the present right now. Everything I just said, and looking at the trailers again, and every bit seems like all the information I had was very close. But after looking at some bits here and there, it doesn't fit really well to my speculation in terms of the scientists being held captive, as we got some images like Indiana Jones and, you know, the scientist, I can't remember the actor's name, he played, mostly known in Captain America for playing, also a scientist with helping Red Skull. Yeah, we see him on the helping with Indiana near up above. Possibly he escaped, or giving out information to Indiana Jones to infiltrate this train, because you can see it's up above a bridge, and it does have the British flag. Either this is a completely different train, or it is possibly the British flag is to make them not draw any attention. That could be a good example. And I got this all the way around. The biker chase sequence doesn't happen as soon as they enter the train. It's probably after when they enter the train. And since I don't know if I mentioned this, since we don't know the actual story, which is pretty good for a trailer, we need more trailers like this to make us draw more attention instead of giving us all the information in black and white. Anyway, we still don't know the artifact besides the dial, and we don't know the actual story, but more we can go through by some action sequences. And you know, people speculate it could do with Atlantis. I don't think so, since they did make a game, and they're notorious for not remaking things that are already being done before, so they like to make new stories, like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, even though Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is very similar to Fate of Atlantis in some ways. Anyway, off topic. I'm gonna stay on point. Yeah, after doing a complete looking, there's some people who were speculating that it's to do with time travel still, and there'll be always people like that before the movie comes out, and they say either this is a joke or they actually mean it, that, oh look, it's the Millennium Falcon, oh, time travel, all this kind of stuff. No, that's the cockpit of an aeroplane that gets seen a couple of times in the 1960s. So the trailer is showing bits from the flashbacks mixed in with the present in this movie's timeline, from the 40s to the 60s. It keeps jumping back and forward. People think, oh, time travel, right? No. Trailers like to tend, when people are making up a trailer for their film, they would mush things all over the place to make you rearrange them before the movie is out or whatever, just make you speculate. You know, that's what trailers are supposed to be for. Yeah, most of my speculation in this film is, obviously after looking at it again, is not correct. But some bits here and there are correct, but need to rearrange them, refix them, and you know, my mind has changed a few things, like the scientist. I don't know, he could have been held captive and was rescued by Indiana, and then these two guys go on a search and then they discover the train. Or the scientist escaped himself to find Indiana Jones. They probably know each other. I don't know. We don't know until the movie is out. So, probably some other YouTubers out there, probably more bigger than I am, but are on the nose on what they say about what the movie might be like. I don't know if the artifact is going to be in Greece or somewhere else in a different country. People are thinking, what will be the next you know, bugs and creatures in the film. Well, since all the 4 movies have shown what they could with any other creepy crawlies or whatever, I think it'll be a nice change if they include an animal instead of a insect or a bug. Maybe some more rodents, maybe even something much more dangerous like a tiger or a lion, you know. Anyway, Last Crusade already had that. Maybe wolves, maybe that could be a good one. German shepherds, or you know, that'd be cool if the Germans like had dogs and they release them and the main characters get chased by them. That's a good example. For some bloody reason, I kept referring to the Thomas Kreschken, the actor, the German actor, as, for some reason, thinking that was the character's name. I don't know. I was just, after doing some research, you tend to get things mixed up after secondhand, trying to remember it all by hand. There's nothing else I could say, really, besides I am very interested and very excited for this film. So yeah, that's pretty much my speculation on the new Indiana Jones movie was being made, and we've seen it in the controversy of everything about the film, the ridiculousness, and people corresponding back to, oh, it's gonna be a lot like the 4th film, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and all this kind of stuff. I like all the films and the TV show, the Young Indiana Jones Adventures. Since you get a lot more about him and why he's stubborn and why he refuses to believe in cursed artifacts and stuff, is because, one, he's afraid of the dangers of this artifact. And the Crystal Skull, the movie, got me into watching. I wasn't around with the classic films, but I was around when Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, and so I watched that, and I watched the other 3, so I became obsessed. A slow obsession. Plus, a lot of people don't realize that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is a major gap between the other 3, because this one is set in the 50s. The other films are set in the 30s and the 40s. And there is some good arguments with the film, but unfortunately most of it is overshadowed with stupid ones. If you want to complain about Crystal Skull till this day, well, at least it's a masterpiece compared to Velma, the TV show. We all know how that turned out, didn't we? Just wanted to put this out there. I know I probably won't get a lot of attention, obviously, but I just want to get this video out there, and interesting little experiment to see if my speculations that I've written just weeks ago, and rewatching the movie, and I would love to see what I got right and what I got wrong. I'm excited to see the movie anyway. I know a lot of people are not, and they consider it like, oh, can the franchise die already? Well, considering that A, we only got 5 movies, and B, live action TV show, C, as sequels go, it is not as big compared to other franchises like horror movies, and that's a good example will be Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street will be movie after movie after movie. For nostalgia purposes, or want the franchise to be left alone, I can see that, but over exaggerating that we got enough films, we don't. We only got 5, and unfortunately we did got a lot of cancelled movies. Like a good one, for an example, would have been Fate of Atlantis, which ended up becoming a masterpiece of a video game. And right now I am writing a script for the movie, mixturing the comic book and the game, as well my own little ideas that don't wreck the story but add to it. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, please let me know, and I would share for Fate of Atlantis. I am excited for the film, and I hope you liked this video. Please check out my Facebook page and Instagram page. Links are in the descriptions down below. And remember, I will see you in the future. Bye bye.